Hey everybody, welcome to layout update number 37. First, let me start off with letting you guys know that my job opportunity in Florida ended up not being what I was told it was going to be, so I backed out of it. And that being said, the good news is I get to start building my new layout, which is what I've been itching to do. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you guys a little bit about the Mianne Benchwork, how it works, and how simple it is to put together. And then I'm probably going to film some of the building that I do with the actual layout in this room. So without further ado, what you're looking at right here is all the stuff that you're going to get from Mianne. Now I just took a few pieces out because there's a lot of stuff for the layout. I mean, you can see right there, that's the plan. And the beauty about Mianne Benchwork for your layout is you can take it down, rebuild it, so you don't have to go crazy with wood, cutting it up, pulling it down if you ever move. That was one of the things that I wanted when I built the layout to begin with, was just in the event that I ended up moving, I could be able to take everything down and reuse everything along with the stuff that's over in the other side of the room. So let me just show you guys how simple it is to actually put Mianne Benchwork together. And also, the guy that runs Mianne or owns it is Tim. So if you guys want to talk to him, just give him a call. He's a really great guy. He's done 3 versions of this layout for me. So I want to show you guys, here is the design or the directions that you'll get once you give him the dimensions for your layout. I also sent him a track plan. So you can see right here, as I mentioned before, that's going to be where the turntable goes, and this is going to be a walkway so that way I can access the layout. About the turntable, I ordered the Millhouse turntable and it just came in. That's going to be in another video, and guys, I got to tell you, unbelievable turntable. So if you're in the market to get one, I would say to go get one of those. But moving forward with the Mianne plans, what Tim does for you he gives you different angles so you can see what it's going to look like when you start building. This is kind of just an overview of what it would look like with a covering over it. And then on the next page, you're going to see a breakdown of the dimensions. These are the parts that you'll need. Now, luckily, my old layout was much bigger than this, so I had most of the parts I needed. However, there were some that I didn't have, which I ordered from him. And they came extremely quick. It was one day he shipped them to me. So again, Mianne does great work, great quality stuff, and I'm happy to have this layout built with their parts. And then he has a color-coded breakdown of the parts and what the layout would look like, so you can see how to build it. He gets it from different angles too. So here is one angle, and there's the other, so you can see from wherever you start what you'll have to do. And then also he'll give you an overview from the top. Now when I start building the layout, this is probably going to be the one that I use. Since this is basically going to be the 3rd layout I've done now, I'm pretty good with building his stuff. It's not too hard, and that's what I'm going to show you guys right now, how easy it is to actually build the stuff. All you really need is a screwdriver, Phillips head, and this is all the stuff that's going to come. Now again, I have a ton more which is in a box. I just grabbed the parts which were necessary to show you guys how to assemble it. So first thing you're going to do is this screw here will go right in the middle there, and all you're going to do simply just screw it in. Now what I'm screwing this into is a leg. So you want it to be tight, but you don't want to over tighten it because again, it's wood. You've got a whole bunch of these right here, and one goes in each hole. Like so. So this is what it looks like in the wood. Now the next thing you're going to do is, depending upon how much width you're going to use, I'm just going to use, this is I believe this is a 24-inch piece right here. You'll take these bolts and you put them right in the hole here. Now make sure there's an arrow there. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's right there. When you do this, you make sure that that arrow is pointing out. And you're going to see why in just a second. Alright, so now, very simply, you put it right over the two pegs and the third bolt, and you twist it nice and tight, and there you go. And that's basically how you build Mianne benchwork. It's that simple. On the bottom of the legs there are some feet, so you can adjust the height of your layout. Obviously you want to make sure that you have balance and whatnot. And then some of the other parts that you see, these right here are for when you do a middle connection where there's no leg. So you'll be connecting, basically, let's show you guys here. So you'd be connecting a part like that to another one of these, and that would be where those would go. These right here are for middle connections, for longer connections. Here are some of the bolts I was telling you guys about. And in here are some of the smaller ones. Alright guys, so that's basically it. I'm going to actually start getting to work on the layout today, and I will film it so you guys can see some of the building, but I wanted to give you a quick overview of how simple it is to put Mianne benchwork together. I hope this has been informative. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Welcome to all my new subscribers, and thank you guys for always watching and commenting. Alright everybody, what I'm doing here is I'm just showing you what I've done so far in less than an hour. I've gotten 1.5 sections already up, and I'm going to film myself doing a little bit of work in a minute. I just want to get a few more pieces set up, and the only problem I'm going to have is, as you guys can see, there's a lot of stuff in the train room, and when you move you don't really have much of a choice as to where stuff goes. So it was easier for me just to bring everything out here and put it here, and I'll just work around it, which is not ideal, but I don't really have much of a choice in this case. So what I'm going to do is, as I start working, I'm going to start moving things around. You can see right here there's some boxes already underneath the table, and that's because what I started to do is, as I'm going, I'm going to start moving stuff. That way I can keep building. It's a much harder process this way, but to move stuff to and from the house, in and out, back and forth, would be way more work than it would be to kind of just work around things. Not ideal, but it's what I've got to work with. So I'm going to end up putting myself on camera in a few minutes once I get things squared away the way I want, and you guys can watch me work. Alright guys, I'm going to bring the camera over here. I want you guys to see this. This is what happens when you do a junction. Right here in the middle you're going to see that there is nothing supporting the track. So let me get the camera in so you guys can see what I'm talking, or not the track, but the Benchwork. So let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to show you guys how to do this too. It's pretty cool how it works. Alright, so right here, as you guys can see, there's a space in between this piece of wood and this piece of wood. So what you have to do is you have to set up a junction to make this work. I'm going to show you how to do that right now. First thing you get is one of these, along with one of those, and two of these. Now what I do in order to get them in is it's basically a pick, and what I'll do, I'll move the camera back so you guys can see a little bit better, is I'll take it and put it here like so, and then just press, and as you can see it goes right through. What I like to do is line it up even, right in the middle, because what's going to end up happening is this part right here is going to go into that piece of the wood, the hole that's in the wood here. So you line them up and get them straight. Halfway through is my way of doing it. And every now and then it doesn't work. So you got to just be ginger with it, but also be careful because this piece of wood's not supported by anything. So if you push too hard, you could break it off. You just got to get it started like so. See, that's what I wasn't doing there. And then just push it through. Should work this time. Or not. There we go. Okay, so now that you've got the two of them through, you want to take this piece of wood, attach it in between here onto those two pieces that you put in. Now you'll take this and slide it into the middle hole. Okay, so now it's basically supported. This piece of wood isn't, but this is. Now one thing I like to do is I like to keep all the screws on the outside. So if I ever have to take this down again, I'm walking in this way, and you can see there's a screw here and another one over there. So now what you do, you tighten this just a little bit. You don't tighten it all the way until you feel it grab. It hasn't grabbed yet. Okay, you can see right here that this is grabbing by that screw right there. You don't want to tighten it all the way because you need some movement, because you're going to be putting another piece of wood right here. And then you take another one of these and you'll put it on this side here. Now I'm going to move the camera back because I have to put a piece of wood over here, and that's going to be how a junction will work. You see there's no legs underneath it, and that's how it's supported. Alright? And yes, I know there's the big boys on the floor. Believe it or not, that's a very safe spot for them right now because there's nothing around them except for some tools. But I know, guys, some of you commented in the last video not to do that, but I don't really have much of a choice. Alright guys, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a little bit of a break and I'm going to move the big boys to a better spot because now I'm starting to get close to them and the wood does not need to be right there. So I'm going to move the big boys behind the wood, that way I can keep working out towards the camera. So I'm going to pause it for a little bit, move some things around, and then I'll be back to build more. Hi everybody, I didn't realize that I didn't have a battery when I was making the second version of this video. So unfortunately I wasn't able to show you guys the rest of the bench work going up. But as you can tell, it's all up and I've got some plywood on, and what I'm trying to do is get everything that's in the way and underneath in place. That way, once everything's in place, I can start laying track and putting some plywood and whatnot on. So even though I've got plywood, I want to put more because I want to elevate it a little bit. And I got a punching bag there, which is probably going to come down. But the last thing I wanted to mention to you guys before I end this video is I'm going to do a 1,000 subscriber giveaway. And in order for you guys to qualify for the giveaway, first thing is you got to be subscribed to the channel, and we'll go over the contest once we hit 1,000 subscribers. So I want to thank everybody, because you guys, that's the reason this channel even exists. So thank you guys all for watching. Thank you everybody for commenting, and I look forward to this giveaway. Happy railroading, guys.